All right, guys, I just woke up. Last night, I actually slept here at a 24-hour Walmart, and it's going to sound funny, but it felt sort of like nostalgic because I haven't been at a Walmart in a long time. If you guys have been following along, you know I've been trying to find places other than Walmart to sleep at, and this was sort of like a throwback for me, so it's funny to be here, but I'm getting my day started. First thing to do is clean this Jeep. I'm actually really pumped about this right now, guys. I figured out that the camping mat that I have, if you remember it all, you probably don't, but in my tour, the original tour that I did of the Jeep, I showed the camping storage area that I had, and I was like, that's my camping mattress. And I used that when I went camping in the National Forest a while ago. And I originally was going to put it in the back of the Jeep, but it was actually too big to fit. What I thought I was going to do then was sleep just long ways straight back and forth back here, and it didn't fit like that at all. So I was all disappointed and trying to figure out other stuff, and then I just basically forgot about it, and then I ended up sleeping diagonally every night. And I just pulled it out this morning, and well, while I was cleaning the Jeep, I pulled it out and I started to think, oh well, maybe it'll fit diagonally. And it's still a little bit like, it still rubs up on some stuff, but I can close everything and it fits snug and just about perfectly. And so I filled it up with air and laid on it, and it is insanely better, guys. It feels like I just made the most gigantic upgrade. So I'm pumped about it. I think sleeping is gonna go way better now. I got it completely full right now, but you can see that's the camping mat, and it goes full length. It's gonna be nice. Now I'm headed somewhere cool where I hope to get some good shots. All right, guys, so I'm here overlooking the lower Otay, it's spelled O-T-A-Y, reservoir here in Chula Vista, which is like, I guess I'm technically still in San Diego County, but I'm out in the better, more secluded part of it. So yeah, this place is really freaking cool looking. Let's check it out. Okay, guys, so this reservoir actually has like a really interesting story behind it. I read all about it earlier when I found it online, so I'm gonna tell you guys the story. Basically, back in 1915, there was a dam built here. It was around the time of 1915. There was a dam built here, and it's further down there. I'll drive down there and show you guys the dam. But there was a man named Charles Hatfield, who at the time was known as a rainmaker. And basically what he and his partner did was they had this mixture of like chemicals, materials, stuff that was flammable that they mixed together and told people that when they burned it, it would bring rain. Now, if you know anything about this area, this is a part of the country that's very prone to drought. So this was a really valuable thing to the people who believed it, which at the time, most likely what was going on was that Charles could predict the weather patterns. He was, good at looking at the sky and things like that and knowing when it was going to rain. He would charge like $1,000 per inch of rain to the towns that he would go through. And once he saw that it was going to rain, he would pretty much burn the chemicals in front of these people. It would probably be like a ceremony kind of situation, and then the rain would come. If his prediction was off and it didn't end up raining, he would pretty much just leave town. But when he was here, he was right. It did rain after he did his whole ceremony and burned the stuff and did his rain-making ritual. However, what ended up happening was it rained a lot more than anticipated and a lot more than this area was accustomed to and could handle. And more than that dam was prepared to handle. So it actually broke, it burst open, and when you look at it still today, it's an incomplete, just broken dam, which should look pretty interesting. Surprisingly for Charles, this didn't mean the end of his rainmaking career. He would continue to go on until the Depression came, at which point he had to go back to his original profession of selling sewing machines. Alright guys, so this spot is definitely real cool spot to overlook and everything, but I'm gonna go to the bridge now, the broken bridge, because I think that'll be cool looking, and I think I'll have a chance to get like closer to the actual water. Jeez, man.
Earlier this year in a small New York City bar.
So this actually turned out to be a really cool spot, guys. I was just about to tell you that I was gonna stay here and camp here overnight, but there's no camping or overnight parking allowed here. I'm gonna leave you guys with a quote. This is from Herman Melville. "It is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation." Now that definitely ties back to a quote I used a couple of days ago that I mentioned at the end of the vlog. And, you know, it's this idea that there's probably a million ways that you can just straight up copy somebody and succeed and, you know, not be unique in your own way, not creating anything of your own. But if you go out and you create your own thing and, you know, express yourself, leave your mark on the world in some way, even if it doesn't succeed in the way you expected it to, or in, you know, it doesn't gain popularity, people don't like it so much. What you did was create, and you put yourself out there, and that's huge. Thank you guys for watching. I will talk to you tomorrow.